And I'm Amber.
And Amber is being our guest star today because our Better Beader episode is going to be about
photography tips.
Photography.
How to shoot jewelry.
And that would not be coming from me because I'm terrible. So any of the beautiful pictures that you see of our jewelry, Miss Amber takes, and she's going to give us some pointers and some tips. All right, so Amber, tell us what we're looking at.
We are looking at my very, very messy office.
It's creativity.
It is creativity in the works here. So what you'll see is that I have an area over in the corner where most of the window light is coming in. However, I also do choose to use strobes to light the area that I am photographing. So I have one umbrellaed, and then I have one, it's a smaller strobe, just kind of like this. That I also bounce around, and you're probably not going to be shooting with a professional camera. I shoot with a D4, but if you are or have a setup or have an SLR or something of that nature, one of the most important things to think about is the lighting. When you're shooting jewelry, make sure to take it into a very well lit area. Northern light is always the best light if it's coming in from the north because it is a nice soft light.
Is the northern light what comes into your office?
It is.
Oh, nice. See, that's why she's got those nice windows back there. Yeah,
that's how I scored the big office.
Yeah,
by needing the most windows,
needing the most light.
So if it's well lit, then hopefully your shutter speed, which again, if you're shooting with an iPhone, that'll automatically be set for you. If you're shooting with a DSLR, that's something that you might be setting yourself. You want to make sure that your shutter speed is very high. Higher than probably 200. That might mean nothing to some people.
I'm like lost right now. We're getting ready to show you how to do it on your phone too, and
right.
Some lighting issues.
But the first thing, even if you're shooting with your phone, is just to make sure that it's very well lit because that will alleviate some of that shaking that you notice in some of these photos. And also, if the photo's dark, people can't see what you're talking about. People won't want to buy it if it's dark. So make sure you have nice shutter speed. Make sure you have nice light. And then depth of field also, if you're shooting with an SLR, you just want to make sure that you see a lot of things in focus and that it's not out of focus.
I have trouble just focusing.
I think we all have problems focusing.
All right, so kind of dumbing it down, if we're not in a professional setting, what are some quick things that we can do to make our pictures look better?
All right, so if you're shooting something that is a lot of crystal, a lot of clear, I do shoot a lot of things on white because we like to have that continuity of our photos, but also using black really makes it stand out. So you just want a really nice contrasty background. I have these wonderful little, they're actually, I think they're
floor samples.
Yeah, floor samples that you get at Lowe's.
For free, too.
For free. Yeah. And I think these are really great because they also give you a lot of little texture on there, and then you can just lay it right there. And it just kind of gives you something a little interesting more to look at.
I like them on the silver.
Yeah, isn't that really pretty?
It is.
Yeah.
I like that floor.
Maybe new office floor.
New
kitchen floor. So then another thing also to think about when you're shooting this stuff is to make sure that I have some of these clear acrylic kind of busts that you can also hang earrings from. I like to use a clear just so it's not too distracting. I have some that also have kind of a stone texture, and they are a little distracting to me, so I like to having it on the clear. And then if you are shooting something like a ring that doesn't want to stay upright, it's kind of a little floppy here, this one, I just rolled up a piece of paper and just stuck it in there, and then I would shoot it straight on. And that's the other thing that you also need to think about is, getting down, taking your iPhone, and you can just get down really low and right onto it. So then you just get really right there onto it. Make sure you focus, which, you all know how to do this with your iPhone.
I actually don't. I'm terrible. I mean, I know how to do this. Okay, can I show? This is like, look, I know how to do this. Ready? I'm going to press on there, and it's going to focus to that.
And it's going to focus, but, see, I'm still a little close, so it can't focus. So just feel free to back up a little bit because you can always crop.
I forget that.
You can crop even in your iPhone. There's all these fun settings that you can go through. You can crop. You can do all that fun stuff. Edit. We're going to select. Maybe we're going to select. But we can edit here. So right here, you see, oops, let me get you in frame here so you can see. You can crop it if you need to, so you can just go right up really close, tight into that little thing right there. Save it. click done, and you've got it cropped in really nice and tight. You can also, on iPhones, you can go ahead, you can change your color tones, you can go vivid, you can go warm, you can go cool. You can even do some lighting touch up and make sure that your lighting is nice and good. So, I mean, an iPhone is actually a really great thing. Most people are not gonna have a professional setup. You can do it with your iPhone very easily.
So question with when you're doing something on like the clear, is the idea of the clear that you're going to wash out that background?
I am 100% going to wash out that background. And again, like I said before, lighting is everything. So with it being well lit, I know that this is going to, especially on this white background, you're seeing some.
It's on the side.
It's on the side. This is not the setup that you normally would do. But I will wash out that background just so that these earrings really pop. And I would just want everybody to focus on that.
I want to see the bombshell.
The bombshell.
I want the bombshell to happen.
And then another great thing to do is also, because if you're not going to have like a professional lighting setup where I have kind of the white background, I've got that endless white, and then I add in all of these fun little things here. We have a little portable photo tent that is for sale here at PotomacBeads. It collapses down nice and flat. It's got some LED lighting on the top here. It plugs in with just a normal USB cord that you can plug into your computer or any little brick that you have to charge your phone. And it comes with 2 backgrounds. It comes with white, it comes with black, which is pretty much what you're going to need. Or you're going to go to Lowe's and get some free floor samples.
That works too.
That works too. But this will really light it really well, and then that will actually make your jewelry pop as well.
So you're just going to sit the light box, you're going to take a photo, the camera flash is going to reflect off the back of it and everything.
Well, and actually with this one, you won't need a camera flash because with this LED lighting up here, it actually is going to give you a really nice, clear, crisp light on there.
Cool. Maybe that's the key I need to do rather than like I try to get too close. I think this is probably a lot of people, when I'm taking my iPhone picture and I'm like, all right, first thing I need to do on my phone is figure out where my camera is. There it is. Hey, what do you know? And selfie. We're going to switch from my selfie to down here. I so very much want to get really close.
Yep.
And just that little hint of come further back, take the picture, and then after the fact, go in and take your picture and edit that picture so you're like, oh yeah, okay, now I can crop it. I can still get that up close picture, and then I can go in and play with all of the tones that I need to if I want it to look all different tones. And then you can do custom as well too. So I can go in and I can adjust those on my own if I want to and change up a whole bunch of different settings. The other thing with this live setting, it makes you realize how much you move.
Yes.
So the more stable you can get it.
Right.
And I assume that's better.
That is, and that's what I was talking about with shutter speed. If you're using a DSLR, that's something that you're going to manually set yourself. But with an iPhone, it sets it for us, depending on the light. That's the reason why you want the really well lit area. But the less you shake,
the less coffee you have.
Which I know there are some days, and then there's also some days when I shoot things and they're like tilted on the side, and Kira's editing them for me, and she leaves them that way, and I'm like, she's like, I thought you were being creative. I'm like, no, I just have a really short leg.
Just that one off to the side.
Right, exactly. So that's another thing. When you're cropping your photos, make sure you got that horizon line straight up and down, and then I don't know, have fun with it, play around.
And then just another question too, if you're shooting your jewelry on an actual person, because I've seen a lot of poor pictures, including my own, where it's like I don't want to see my chin hair as I'm doing my picture. So what's your idea for if you're doing iPhone 2, you want to show it, because some things just are better on.
Correct, 100%. Kind of a rule of thumb is that the back of the hands are not very attractive. So when I'm having Kira hold jewelry and I'm taking a picture, I'll actually have her cup it in kind of a way, especially to show like, oh, see how it'll drape, and then I get her nice nails. My nails and hands are not nice. I am not a hand model whatsoever. She is the one who does that. And then also make sure if you're shooting something like a necklace, shoot from up above. It really elongates that neck. It smooths it out.
No turtleneck. No turtleneck, like I always want to do.
I know, and then it just smooths everything out. So if you shoot from above, shoot kind of down low, and again, lighting.
Perfect.
Everything's about lighting.
Perfect. Thank you, Amber, for joining us in this quick little Better Beader episode on photography. I think we're going to have a lot of comments below, hopefully, and they're going to want more details, and they're going to want you to write like a blog, write a whole book on it for just jewelry photography.
Yep.
So you'll stay busy. Also remember that this is an interactive group, so make sure to comment below with any heads up, any tips, any techniques that you're throwing in, because I know even after this, you're going to be like, oh, I should have said that.
100%. You'd think after being a photographer for 20 plus years that I would be able to think about everything, but I sometimes still forget things every now and then to mention.
It's a lot too. Like I still am going to be terrible at pictures. So as much I have tried and tried. So hopefully with your tips, those that are on the progressive end will be able to keep going. And as Amber said, the key really is that lighting is everything. I know that now because I get yelled at for taking pictures without the lights off and posting them into our group.
Yes.
But as always, these Better Beader episodes really are to make you better at your craft. And we hope that with Amber's help and just these quick little photography tips, you become better at also photographing, especially in this digital world where we're not interacting and going to as many shows, a chance to get great photography on your pieces to hopefully sell and turn over some if that is your goal.